Welcome to West Country Wanderings and welcome to another one in my Cotswold Walk series. I'm in the beautiful Cotswold town of Northleach. That there is the wonderful Wold Church of Northleach. Actually in the cemetery I just find somewhere quiet away from the town centre before we start our walk. A circular walk today. We're going to be following, yes, the Monarch's Way. Hooray! Back on the Monarch's Way. A circular walk around the town here, going out towards the village of Farmington. Never been there before. Also shows that there's a ford and a dovecot and a manor house on the way. Don't know this particular part of the Cotswolds at all well, so it'll be interesting to see what we see on this walk here together on West Country Wandering. So why not join me for a beautiful walk towards the end of November, but in a beautiful day here. So I made a bit of a wrong turn this morning. I've set off from the marketplace and I should have come up through a housing estate and come out through the wood here, but seem to have missed the turn. But the walk starts at a place called Doctor's Lane and we're following the Monarch's Way all the way to the village of Farmington. I think I've been blessed, so I'm going to have to move the camera around, aren't I? It's not great lighting, no. I think we're stuck with that at the moment. I'm going to have to walk backwards for a little bit. Blessed with absolutely fantastic weather today. We've had 3-4 days of continual rain. It's been very difficult getting out filming. I've been thankfully occupied by editing my Cornish videos, which I did when I had a trip down there. But it's a beautiful part of the Cotswolds here, and we're just rewarded by that late November, kind of very late autumnal golden light as we enter the winter season. Now I've climbed up out of the town. It's quite a steep climb actually. The other thing to note is this road at the moment is supposed to be closed. There's barriers across it. Well, I nearly got taken out by a white van speeding past me, pushed me into the hedge as it went past. So even though roads say they're closed, quite often people completely ignore that and whiz past anyway. But anyway, we're going to continue our walk along this road to the village of Farmington following the Monarch's Way. Now, according to my OS map app, today's walk is about 7.8 kilometres, so it's quite a short one compared to the other ones that we've done on the walks previously. But the reason, of course, of that is it gets dark at this time of year, about 4 o'clock. It's now about midday. I managed to get a coffee in Northleach, very nice coffee too, and took some shots, some B-roll around the town and a bit of the church, did my introduction there. So we've set off now, but we've only got just under 4 hours of daylight left, so yeah, should be enough time to get us back to Northleach to complete our walk today. But just taking it steady. This is a really chilled out walk here, just enjoying the sun and the fact that it's not raining after all that water that's fallen out of the sky over the past few days. So I found out where reason why the road is closed. They're clearing out the gullies and trimming the hedges here. We're just about to enter the village of Farmington and it goes down quite a steep contour. So Farmington is in the depths of a valley. So I'll have a little explore there and I'll probably head towards the church and probably find a seat there to have my lunch. Now, as the sign there tells me, Monarch's Way diverges away from the road that's closed at the moment, down this muddy section before we enter the village proper. So this is the most beautiful section of landscape here, very different to when we were in Northleach just less than an hour ago really, and obviously there it's more built up. Beautiful though that it is with the Cotswold Stone, but we have this nice dip here in the contour of the landscape with the stream just running there below. Well, this is a tremendous landscape on our approach to Farmington. Very, very vivid blue sky with deep greens, which you don't normally expect as we're coming into winter. But the colours here are just absolutely magnificent. And I'm really enjoying today's walk here in the Cotswolds. Very grand place there. I think it's Farmington House. Looks like it's now used for like business type meetings, that sort of thing. It's all closed up, probably for the winter months, who knows, but they've got lots of patio tables and things outside as well to entertain and wine and dine. The great and the good, I guess. That's the sort of thing that we have here in the Cotswolds, the extremes of life. So we're now in the beautiful village of Farmington. Excuse somebody cutting the grass just the other side of the wall there. It's built between 1140 and 1170. The church, just had a look around there, just showed some shots to you now, what it looks like inside. In particular, it's got a fantastic Norman arch above the nave before you get into the altar area. I'm not sure if it has regular services or not, but a beautiful place just to stop. About halfway around our walk today from the town of Northleach. I'm just stopped here, just had a sandwich, got a bit of the old water. Keep myself hydrated, and we're going to continue our journey here. What we're going to do now is we'll make our way back onto the Monarch's Way slightly, and then we'll be picking up the Diamond Way and then returning to the town of Northleach. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the Cotswold walk here on West Country Wanderings. So we're now leaving the village of Farmington, and at this point we're leaving also the Monarch's Way. We're going to head straight down there to a farm called Folly Farm. This sounds a bit like that children's TV programme back in the 70s, showing my age now. Then we'll be going across, possibly underneath, the A40, which is the main road between Gloucester, Cheltenham, Oxford and London, and then making our way to a little hamlet called Upper End, where there's a dovecot and a ford, so I'm looking forward to that. That sounds like it could be quite photogenic. Anyway, we're going to continue our journey, making our way down the contours. Now, I don't think I appreciate that very much. That's the footpath there. Thankfully, it's not our footpath, but there's a gate there. It's not locked, but the issue is there's an electric wire right across it. That's terrible. I'm going to take a photograph of that, report it to Gloucestershire County Council. Well, there was a little challenge there as well, but that is a naturally occurring stream that's normally there. But you can get round it. It is not as bad as it looks. It's certainly a lot better than trying to navigate a live electric fence. Well, I hadn't reckoned on seeing that Hercules, wasn't it, I think? Probably flying over towards RAF Bryce Norton, just over the border in Oxfordshire. Not very many miles away from here at all, probably 15 miles. But yeah, first of all, it looked like it was really high, then it seemed to come in really low over the valley. I didn't have my telephoto or even my standard zoom on, so it's my wide-angle vlogging zoom, so not sure how that's going to appear on the screen to you, but hopefully you'll get the general idea. Apologies for the noise, that's the A40. Got to cross that now, so I'll see you on the other side. Now, I don't know if you can just make out that slither or silver of water there just in the field. That's not a lake, that's the remnants of the past 4 or 5 days of rain we've had here in the Cotswolds. Excuse the bad lighting against the sun, but that is the village hamlet. Now, hamlet of Lower End, I guess Lower End because it's the lower end of the town of Northleach, though it's about just over a mile away from the town centre here in the Cotswolds. We're just at this absolutely beautiful spot here at Low End with this private lake. I can't get any nearer to the foreshore, but with the low angle of the sun presenting golden light just outside of the town of Northleach, it literally is a perfect picture. Whereas we had the noise of the tractors and the noisy A40 and sawing going on, and also somebody cutting trees down. Here, it's just calm, really, really peaceful, just apart from a plane going over my head. Lovely. So that was the dovecart here at Lower End. It's in private property, private ground, so I couldn't get any closer to it, but you've got a shot of it there. It gives you a general idea of what the views we're looking at this beautiful little hamlet just outside the town of Northleach in the Cotswolds. So we've now left Lower End. We've come up a contour a little bit away from that lake and the dovecart. I couldn't find the ford. I think it was down the track a bit further, but it was very muddy, so because there's obviously a couple of farms around there, so I wasn't going to just trek there for a ford. Anyway, we're making our way back to the town of Northleach. We're really high up at the moment. I'm just getting a little bit cold because it's gone 3:15 now and the sun is starting to lower. It's a notable drop in the temperatures. I've got a hat with me. I'm debating whether to put it on or not. I know once I get to Northleach it'll warm up because we're in a dip again away from that wind chill factor. Anyway, we're going to press on. We're actually going to make our way. We're on the Diamond Way at the moment. We'll come to a crossroads of footpaths and we turn a right at a place called Helen's Ditch. No, I've no idea who Helen was, but we'll have a look out for Helen's Ditch and make our way on the footpath back to Northleach. Now we're actually walking along Helen's Ditch and it's not quite how I imagined it to be. We're actually on very high ground and the town of Northleach is just spread out like a map just below me there, hidden in the contour of the valley. Now you can really appreciate the finery of Northleach's wool church, so called, because it was created from the wealth of all the wool merchants in this part of the Cotswolds, and you can see the detailing on the stonework and the mason work from this particular angle, looking down on the town. Now, it's just as well that we're heading back to Northleach now, because I'm running out of that most vital ingredient in the photographer's armoury, and that is light. Without light you can't take photographs or do videos at all. Well, you can use artificial light to some extent, but we really rely on the good old sun, which is just starting to dip below the horizon. Now as the sun starts to set and I have the magnificent Northleach church behind me, I thought I'd bring this video to a conclusion. I hope to do a little bit more video and photos back in the town, which is just about 5-10 minute walk down the hill, but I'm not chancing it because the lighting's starting to get low now. I hope you've enjoyed this Cotswold walk, this circular one around the town of Northleach, and hope by the inclusion of the maps as well. I will try and make, I don't know if I can, but I'm going to see if I can try and make this route public on my OS map app, if that makes sense. There is a way of doing that. If I can do that, if I can work out how you can do that, I'll put a link to it in the description of today's video. So if you're coming to the Cotswolds, probably by springtime, probably won't be coming this time of year, but if you are coming to Cotswolds, this part of Cotswolds, mid-Cotswolds, then and you want to walk around Northleach or this particular part of the world, then this is an easy walk to try. As I say, if you're doing it without doing photography video, it'll probably take 2.5 hours. It's taken me about 4 hours, but obviously that's because of the addition of doing the filming and visiting the church and everything. But it's been a lovely walk here right at the end of November. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider a share to one of your friends or a comment, or definitely got my Facebook group as well. Until next time on West Country Wanderings, take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and I hope to see you on the channel again very, very soon. All the best for now. Cheers. Goodbye.